me make sure. Yeah, okay. Alright. Yes, you guys did. You most definitely did. But yeah, I'm just doing a little recap, and then I'll tell you guys basically what happened. But so what happened was last session you guys went to Amphale, the suburbs of Waterdeep, so to speak, to help them figure out what's going on with their horses. Their horses have been going mad, attacking other horses, attacking other wildlife, attacking their breeders slash trainers, and because their horses are their primary export, they've been in a bad way. So they've asked you guys they've asked Alcatraz Incorporated, and who asked you to assist them. And you were going around getting some information. You met the delightful Brighton Marthane, who won you over with his southern charm. And he said he gave you guys a brief rundown on what was going on, but he also also said you guys could talk to the other sort of like rich slash noble families of Amphale, or the priestess of Maliki, who's at the temple, for more info. And when you guys decided to go to the temple, just to check things out, see how things going, you came upon a grisly scene of 4 murdered individuals while they were in the pews, and a half-elven woman turned to stone. And you met a very, very bad person. I would say driven individual named Gnosis, who is the leader of the shadowy group known as the Librarians. And he tried to explain his reasoning to you all in an attempt to sway you to his side. He was not as successful as he would have hoped, so he departed, saying that he would see you again. And he gave you guys some clues about how to solve the Amphale problem. Using those clues, you found out that there were some items that were essentially affecting lower intelligence level creatures, and you promptly sealed them away. Well, you destroyed some, and you sealed 2 away in your bag of holding. So they're technically outside this plane of existence, so they are no longer affecting creatures. It seemed to fix the horses right up. Brighton was surprised. And you guys left Amphale, mission complete, mailing it off to headquarters, your job completion form, and you headed back to Triboar along the long road. Indy used his, I don't know what it called, Song of Fast Travel time. I don't know what you want to call it.
For a level 2 ability.
Yes. To safely get you back to Triboar. But during that time, his song, you guys safely ride back at Triboar, went back to Clinks and Drinks, where Lydia, your sort of like, I think she's the occultant of your branch office, told you that there's something wrong with the forest, and she seemed to be kind of upset. But we'll start, but I'll just say that we're going to go back in time a little bit, because during Indy's explanation, his story time of how you guys got back to Triboar, he left out that you guys talked a little bit about what Gnosis told you all. So, if you want to RP anything, talk about, discuss, you don't have to, but some people said that they would like to talk about what Gnosis said, so I'll give you guys this opportunity before we sort of get into the meat of the episode.
Yeah, I wish everyone was here. Unfortunately, yeah,
I always wish everyone was here, but I don't want to call a session just because 2 people are
Yeah. No, that makes
missing.
sense.
If it was 3 people, it'd be different.
Yeah.
And I can repost what Gnosis told each of you if you forgot.
Yeah, I mean that'd be nice.
It's in the North Field.
It is in the North Shield house.
Oh, okay.
So it's in
That's good.
I put in the RP channel just in case you guys keep it separate from this one.
To be fair, we're really bad at using the channels that we're supposed to be used.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Um,
But he seemed to have a particular insight into each of you as individuals and your past lives before you joined Ack Inc.
yeah.
Which was rather curious.
Can paladins switch their spells out daily?
Yep.
Okay.
They're like clerics in that they just know all of them and they get to choose which ones they want.
But they just don't have a lot, right?
Yeah, they have less than a cleric does. They also only learn up to 5th level, I think.
Do you switch your kid out very often, Matt, or no?
My spells? Yeah, pretty often.
Okay, I'm just debating what I should take.
You got anything you want me to take?
No. That's what I was wondering. Because I know you typically have full person too. You typically have like
I always have one person. That's it.
Exert of Truth and stuff like that.
Yeah, those are good utility spells.
I think I'm just gonna pull my regular kid up and make other choices.
Cool.
So, Independence, hey? Is that a
Yeah.
family name? Or... I like
feel
it.
I like that.
It's a name I chose for myself.
Oh,
That would kind of make sense.
Yeah. I guess you could say that, yeah. Well, I'd like to retcon that a bit immediately after I say it. I think Independence should maybe be a name given to him by the people who found him.
See, that's already more interesting. Not that the other thing isn't.
Ooh.
Now I'm more intrigued.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
will say, Indy, that I took some time to write out the plot points for your personal story, which you might start to find the hooks for soon. We'll see how things go.
Yay. I'm excited.
so they family you're close to?
I don't know. I never really knew my family. Found family, yeah, but
They who gave you the name?
yeah, the people who raised me, who helped me grow up, they were the ones that gave me this name.
It's a fine one.
Thanks. It's kind of fond of it. It happens. You use a name your whole life. I mean, that's, yeah.
Still see them often? Your found family, at least?
Not since I joined Ack Inc. Since I joined Team Soteria, it's been a bit. Try and stop by when I have the chance.
Work keeps you busy. It's understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just go if you want.
Yeah, family's important.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Let me think about it.
Please note, it's coming from Evelyn, who was forced to go back and see her family.
Yeah.
You don't worry about them, but with these book nerds now knowing about their existence.
I mean, they maybe a bit. I don't think their goal is to hurt the people that we know and love. I think they're just trying to do their own thing, and I don't think they would take that out on the people that we like.
If we continue our path, very well could be something we have to come to terms with.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I want to perhaps think about that at the moment.
Now might be the best time to think about it. But I understand.
Yeah.
Don't have to discuss it with all of us, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'll keep thinking it over and trying to figure out what we want to do. Because at what point do we have to value the lives of people that we love over these people's attempt to ascend to godhood? I mean, are they actively... I mean, they did actively murder other people, I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, it's sort of the cart problem. Kill one person or two people we know, or innumerable deaths of people that we don't.
Ah, yes, the famous cart problem.
Yes.
You know, I've never heard of this cart problem.
No, you got a cart on one road going down.
It's almost like it's supposed to be a train instead.
A what?
There's no... Do you
A
want a fantasy train? Yeah, like that's...
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense in that context, though.
I mean,
It could be no. It's that the cart is going down a hill. That's why.
Or-
Yes.
or wait, or is it just a fireball spell?
You already cast. That seems a bit too direct.
You fireball one guy who you really hate, or a group of guys that you really don't like. That famous conundrum.
Yeah, you know. Which
Mostly among sorcerers, but you know.
and wizards.
Sorry,
I'm being
y'all.
forced to cast magic missile at a group of people. Or a single person.
You can
There's
cast.
been a few hours trying to figure out the correct analogy for this.
That's gonna be the rest of tonight's session.
And we don't get any closer to finding one.
Yeah.
Anyways, like, one inflect wound? Two inflect wounds?
No.
You see, there's an
Do
owlbear,
you hold
right?
the person? Or do you not hold the person first?
The owlbear is in one cave, but everyone else can't see behind the cave wall. They just see the shadows, right?
Definitely.
Yes. That's the analogy we're looking for. That's the one.
Getting in the ballpark at least.
Yeah. Listen, I'm sorry I didn't want to invent fantasy trains, but whatever.
Everyone. Or Ravnica.
Or the Adventure Zone.
Is there anything else anyone wants to talk about?
Let's talk about the Adventure Zone.
I mean, in game.
So,
Have you heard about this play?
Like,
Have you heard about witch? Have you seen that new witch streamer? That's canon. That is so canon, though.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That's perfect.
No, that's a Paulton thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually like AI canon.
Really?
My secret hope is that one time that Ryan's next character is like a ridiculous like witch streamer?
Yeah, that'd be good.
The witch streamed the chair fight.
Yes, they did. It was great.
This
So-
is some stuff I do not understand because I don't watch dice camera action.
There was a chair fight.
So would Nat know who the I don't think I'm gonna pronounce it right, but the Thayans from Rashemi's
Thayans.
Thang?
How good is your? Well, you give me intelligence or history.
It's as good as an intelligence check for me. Intelligence.
I have a question too.
I can't even find it. Oh, it's just straight up intelligence, right?
History check.
Nope.
Yeah, you're not certain. I mean, you've heard the name, but you can't place the the face with the name, so to speak.
How much did I hear? Because I walked out.
I don't know. I mean, he did say this out loud, so anyone present would have heard it.
Were these introductions at the beginning? Because I mean, Evelyn did kind of leave.
Yeah,
a
like
little
he
bit.
did. She would have probably walked out after he addressed her. I would
She was
imagine.
just very done. She was just done with the bullshit.
Like after he gave his long monologue, he would have addressed all of you directly.
Okay.
And then I would imagine after his monologue or after he addressed you, you walked out.
Like in my brain, it was very much like I recognize we can't do anything about this right now, and there's no point wasting my breath arguing with somebody who can't be argued with, and so I'm just gonna walk away and solve the problem I can solve. But I did talk back to him after me, so you know.
Yeah.
So probably after me, I was like, you know what, you're being a pain in my butt, so and I left.
So the rest of you did hear everything else he addressed. Everyone. How he addressed everyone else. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, you guys don't really know much about Rashemi. In fact, Gnosis
Yeah,
appears to
I
know
would-
more about him than all of you combined.
Yeah, I would ask him like, so like, who are these fans?
Rashemi says he doesn't know what he's talking about and clams up.
Oh, okay.
But Rashemi is technically quiet and doesn't talk a lot anyway.
Especially
Unless Rashemi's with Vera.
Farah!
Too.
She
She's not there yet.
will have a minor appearance later in, but it's more of a sending spell. So, I mean, you can't just call her. She's not that much of a Deus Ex Machina for her to just randomly appear.
I mean, I could just call her.
You could if you had sending.
I mean, she did literally revive me from the dead.
Yeah, but she was also in the same city.
Logic speaking is that Rashemi talks to Vera because of mischief. Like that's what
Yeah.
Aiden does. But he doesn't talk to very much.
Yeah.
And so, I think what Evelyn wants to know is that he says he doesn't know, correct? And
Yeah.
then you stop talking. Is it like with your straight don't know, or do you say it like uncomfortable?
You could insight.
That's what I'm trying to figure out if it's like if it's worth inciting. Like, is this like a typical response for Rashemi?
This is.
Or does he seem more pouty?
Yeah, exactly.
One.
Yeah, he seems pouty.
Oh, then yeah, that would probably be insight too. Like, that's weird.
I'll go and do it too since I asked you.
Oh, with a +8.
Look, y'all.
Okay.
No, I did it.
You can
though.
guidance yourself, but
No, I don't. It's so fun to guide into people all the time.
yes. You've only known Rashemi for. I mean, you've known him for about what now? Nat, you've known him for about 2 months now. He's soft spoken, but this is like uncharacteristically so. Like when he does speak, he at least offers a thought, like not just he just doesn't clam up like that. That's not like him.
Hmm.
Then
So,
I'll just try again.
You get the feeling that he does know who the Thayans are. He just doesn't want to talk about it.
I kind of try again with like who are the Roshamen? I'm probably not pronouncing any of this right.
Rakuten.
I don't know, it looks like Rashemi, but Rashamen.
It does look a lot like Rashemi, but it's
Hmm.
Or who or what? I guess that could be a place. So yeah, I'd ask what's Roshamen?
Yep, no answer.
No, that is sad. And they stop questioning.
F.
yeah, Nat.
It's
The same feeling does persist that he knows all this stuff. He just doesn't want to talk about it.
sad.
Anything else you guys want to do on this 9-day-long cart ride?
9 days. Oof.
During the 9-day cart ride, did Evelyn cast a spell?
Yeah.
She casts Wish.
I don't have that spell.
Really?
Did
I
we
thought
find the spell I didn't prepare for like the actual day?
What?
I class Glyph of Warding. It's a 3rd level spell. It lets me do really cool things. I just want to, like, when we stop or whatever, I assume where you have to, like, stop and sleep or something.
Yeah, or let the horse rest, get water,
Yeah.
eat, something like that.
You have to let Perkins.
Perkins.
I would cast Glyph of Warding, and I'm going to prepare it real quick, and I'll prepare it. On the cart. And the trigger would be, like, someone who should not be near our cart. Like, someone we have not given permission to be near the cart. Like an intruder, or, like, a sabotager, or something like that. Or a librarian.
I don't know if it'll be that specific. Because it's usually like, I would say you can denote, it would be like Spirit Guardians, you can denote who you would allow to.
You could do it according to physical characteristics.
Yeah, so you could say, these people around me are the only ones allowed to approach the cart. Everyone else, if they approach, gets blasted, essentially, by this glyph.
Rip Vera.
Oh, you can set it by alignment.
Yeah, but you can't just say, you can't just single out groups of, I don't think that'd be too...
That'd be a
To
Linus.
say of evil alignment. Come on, I don't know. Listen,
It blows up immediately.
who's evil left here?
Oh.
Since I decide.
That's the other way to cast Detect Good and Evil.
I think she would set it to librarians. Like people in like in
Just
a library.
Yeah. I would allow you, what you could do instead is you could say, because you wouldn't know who's librarian or not, so what you could say is anyone who's wearing a gray robe.
Oh no.
Well, like the specific like librarian outfit that they wear.
Yeah, which is, as far as you know, it's always a gray robe, but the how ornate the robe is depends apparently on their rank within the order.
Is it always the same shade of gray?
Yes.
Because like what like Evelyn's saying is like she knows that from being raised in a temple that like other people also wear gray robes.
Yeah, so you could denote if someone's wearing that particular shade of gray.
That's what I'm trying to say. Is like I want like specifically like librarian uniform.
Okay. Yeah, then you can do that.
It's gonna be under the cart. Like they're gonna go under the cart. We'll have to figure out.
A car bomb?
Yeah, more or less.
Fun.
But I don't know if it's gonna be a
cart bomb
or a other thing yet.
Fire would probably damage the cart.
Yeah, it's a bad plan.
So you could, I mean, you can make it acid, cold, lightning, or thunder.
Yes, or it could be a spell,
Yeah, it could be a different spell.
or it could just be a third level spell or lower, which is interesting.
But what do you want the effect to
It's
be?
probably gonna be like cold damage or something. I'm gonna go with the 5d8 cold damage.
All right. So if anyone with that is wearing a specific shade of gray robe or cloak approaches the cart, is it just touches, or is there a specific like meter distance or foot radius around the cart?
100 feet.
That might be too much. Well, the
Yes.
explosive rune is only 20 foot, so it will miss them.
Oh. I'd say within like a 5-foot radius. Of the,
Yeah, probably.
Is it the length just until it is affected, or is it?
What?
Oh yeah, until dispelled or triggered. Okay.
Avelaine's pulling out protection magic. She's going.
I figure you can.
Librarians.
I figure you can probably dispel it without casting dispel magic on it. Probably.
No, I think you would have to cast a spell magic on it, but she could do better. She has to.
Okay. So you've booby trapped your cart.
Yes, I have booby trapped the cart. I feel like Brooks would be really proud of me.
It's about to.
And as you guys are get about midway on your journey, you do get a sending, or Rex rather gets a sending from Vera, and he will tell you all what it says. But she has essentially told him that she needs about a month still to prepare the necessary spell scrolls in order to open the Mistress Mysterious chest that you guys have in your tavern.
One night, Nat is going to cast sleep on Oakman to see if the same thing will happen as the dragon.
Do you tell anyone you're going to do that?
Nah, they're probably going to do it once everybody else is asleep.
All right.
Okay, because Evelyn doesn't particularly have remove curse prepared all the time. Let's put it that way.
They'll be fine. There's still going to be a lot of days left to travel. Or they're going to do it pretty soon.
Okay, cool.
All right. So as soon as everyone's asleep, so they don't notice this, okay? But your very existence changes. For an hour, you are a potted plant.
what? No.
The best one.
You're kidding me. Oh, God.
So
Alright,
you can feel the wind blowing. There's no sun, so you get a little bit hungry.
Is the cart moving or no?
No, this is when you guys are asleep
No.
at night. So,
Okay.
so everyone else is asleep. I'm assuming if there's any elves, you don't have any elves, do you? You don't have anyone that takes trances. Okay, so everyone else wouldn't even notice that. If an elf was here, they would notice your comical state. But
when real quick, so the sleep only lasts for a minute.
yes,
And can I still telepathically communicate with Oakman?
As a plant?
I don't think you have the brain capacity to do so.
It's telepathy.
I know, but you don't have a brain.
So cool. I like it. Don't we have a plant that can protect us? What if we have one?
If it could speak to plants, then I would allow it.
I mean, it speaks Sylvan. That's basically as close as you're going to get.
Yeah.
But otherwise, telepathy is like brain based though, and you don't have a brain anymore to sort of communicate with him. If that makes sense.
Yeah. All right.
You're a big dumb.
So
When it ends, do I know that I was a plant?
yes, because you could. So you could. It was a strange experience for you because you got smaller. You couldn't really see anymore. Um, and you could just feel, like, if that makes sense. Like, you could feel the wind on you, the
Mhm.
night breeze. You felt a little cold, and hungry. But you couldn't see or anything like that, so you couldn't see yourself as a plant. You could just feel things.
Did I
Um,
feel like I was a plant?
uh, no, but you realize you couldn't see or hear.
You
Okay.
feel uprooted.
Hey.
Hey.
I was gonna ask if you, since you became a plant for an hour, do you now officially gain the ability just to talk to pants? Plant.
Do I learn the language? All right.
You do know. So I mean, you do know that when you get back up, like when you become Nat again, the Tabaxi, you do notice that the moon is in a different position, and so by that you can tell that some time has passed, but you don't know exactly what happened to you.
I rolled a natural
I mean,
20 on
you
Insight.
can ask Ukman. Ukman was there and noticed. He would
That's
have
true.
woken up.
Yeah. Okay. So after that, I'll ask Uthman, and then I'll figure it out.
And he'll tell you turned into a potted plant.
So yeah, so that morning I would be very grumpy and just very upset.
Are you typically grumpy?
No, never.
Nat.
Bad night, Nat.
I was a plant.
What do you mean you were a plant?
I cast another spell and I turned into a plant.
Avery just sighed. Why do you turn into things when you cast spells? Let's think
I
of it.
don't know.
What do we know
did
about
that
it?
guy say?
I don't remember. It's a Lathander blessing. We should talk to Lathander.
Yeah, they would know, right?
Definitely.
Was a fish.
I mean, I've been praying. I mean, I'm thinking back, and it's like the only.
You would have definitely recognized that object as a sort of idol or religious icon or
Okay.
figurine or something.
So yeah, I'm just struggling to figure out the wording because obviously Nat knows not as much as this Nat. But yeah, it was like when I was a kid, I found this weird idol, and I didn't think it did anything to me at the time, but I did kind of break it. But I don't know. I don't know why I'm thinking about it now, but maybe there's a connection.
Yeah, I'd say there's a connection there, for sure. You broke something, then you turned into, and then you.
But that was when I was a little kid. I didn't like.
Yeah.
Like this has always kind of happened, but it hasn't been this bad. Basically, until like a little bit after I was traveling with you guys.
Do you like breaking things?
I like breaking bad things. I don't know if that was bad or not. They stuck it away in storage, so I wasn't really sure what it was. I wasn't supposed to go there.
Was this the spires?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this something Aveline would have seen in storage?
I mean, the storage is it's a sort of a dusty old room that no one really uses. It's not like, it's not like they store things in there that they're gonna remove once a season or for special occasions or holiday. It's a sort of room where they store things that they will never use ever again, but they just keep them to keep them. If that makes sense.
Like me and everything I own.
So, like, in Aveline's head, like, she was, like, did grunt work for the castle and, like, healed people and then, like, did errands.
Yeah, you know the room that they're referring to, but you never really had cause to go in there because,
Indy, we're not going to Triboar. We're going back to Waterdeep.
Why?
Let's solve the problem.
Okay.
I would disrupt the timeline.
This is during Indy's travel time song.
Yeah, it's during the time song.
So
I'm just.
We could go.
I'm wishing I talked more to that guy because he seemed to know.
No, I'm kidding. But like, if you guys really wanted to, we could just divert Indy's timeline and go to Waterdeep and solve like what the heck was broken.
I mean, that can describe what it was to you.
Mm-hmm. How well could I describe it?
You remember that it was a vaguely elfin sort of stone statuette. It was very old, and it had like cracks running in it, and out of the cracks were like vines and sort of leaves were growing out of it.
Yeah, I would relay that to the group.
That sounds like nothing Joanna has ever heard of. Does Evelyn know anything about what that might be?
Can I make the connection between me being able to speak Sylvan and Oakman
Does
being
anyone else in the
Sylvan?
party speak Sylvan, is the question.
No, I learned Undercommon.
This is very
That's what the
unfortunate.
Sires taught me.
Then none of you would recognize this.
Because the spiders taught us all random languages just in case. So I could cast. I can know any language I want to know.
It's more of being taught Sylvan rather than just spontaneously learning it like Nat would have, you'd have learned more about the culture and stuff like that. Like people who speak it and stuff like that.
Could I maybe recognize it?
It's it'll be a leap, but yes, give me an intelligence check.
Hey, have some guidance.
Let's see. Maybe I'll do good at a skill this time, guys.
Maybe.
You can
Wouldn't
do
that
it.
be great?
You got it.
Intelligence.
May the light of the thunder bless you.
Yes.
You cast
Oh.
Roll your D4.
Plus guidance.
Okay, Rashemi, you're remembering to a time when you were a much younger, more optimistic lad. When you were on your Degema, you went to a very strange place. That was primeval. That was wild. That was fey. As your charge explained it to you. It was a place where that was very old, older than prime material, and it was a place where emotions ran rampant, and it had beautiful scenery, but it was also very treacherous in places as well. Your charge called it the Feywild, and she explained to you, while you were there with her, you saw larger statues of what Nat is describing to you, but they were in the places that your charge warned you not to go to, and you avoided with her. So it's up to you if you want to share that information or not, Rishon.
Yeah, I don't. He would definitely He would get 1,000-yard stare, like he just thought of something. And I think he would say, "It's Fey."
And would I know that Faye and Sylvan, go together?
Yes. You didn't know the name, because you spontaneously learned it and were not taught it, you don't know the language that you don't know Sylvan, like you don't call it Sylvan. You just know it as, oh, that weird language I picked up.
The one that Oakland speaks.
Yeah. So you didn't recognize it as Sylvan, but once he says Fey, you would know, because the Order of the Aster and the Paladins are taught how to kill all sorts of heretics and enemies of the light, and the primary material, that sort of thing, like fiends and aberrations, abominations, and Fey creatures as well. So you would recognize that Fey are the ones that speak Sylvan, which is, if what Shimi says is true, that it's Fey. Sylvan might be a language that you spontaneously learned that.
Okay, I see. Well, then yeah, I guess that would make sense considering, look at Oakland over there. Big pile of leaves and wood. Explain this language that I'm able to speak, But I still doesn't explain why my magic's all weird.
Nope. Wish you luck with that.
Thanks.
I mean,
Wish more.
What was that?
me?
I think Rashemi said
Sounds
something.
good.
Sorry, I don't know much more than that.
Well, thanks for that. That was helpful at the very least.
All right.
I love that we can help each other. It's so great.
Is there anything else you guys want to talk about on the long cart ride back to Triboar?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. So on the way, you guys.
Aeline's a little fuming and trying to be super positive.
Oh, you're still mad? You're still steaming over Gnosis?
Yeah, she's just so irritated about this dude.
Yeah.
It's not even about what he said about her, but it's what he said about the people she takes care of. Because she's accepted, why she's not a paladin. She's kind of embracing herself and wants to change for herself now instead of for other people. But she's pissed for everyone, and she's really keeping a close eye on Rex.
Yeah, Rex does seem more than just merely interested in Gnosis' proposal.
Talking on Rex.
He occasionally slips his hand into his pocket subconsciously, and then when he notices you staring at him, retracts it.
Aelin might even go so far to talk to Cat somehow when they're camping at night, and see if we can pocket it out of Rex's pocket or something.
I'll even discuss with. They're both not here, so I don't want to do anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. But that's Aelin's this is not good.
So you guys have a ride back to Triboar. It was normal. Looks like normal day at Triboar. Very quiet. You guys pass the graveyard. You pass Alan's house, the werewolf. There doesn't seem to be screams coming from it. Oh, you don't know? Okay.
Yay, this is before you.
So,
which means before everyone except for Indy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's true.
So basically, before you guys even went to Waterdeep and found, you guys went to a small town called Orlane, and you helped them with a problem. The problem turns out to be it was a were-tiger that was in their forest, killing some of the townsfolk. Well, accidentally killing them. But he could not control his rage.
Yeah. This is when Jesse sent you the furry porn, right?
Yes, it was. But you basically managed to find a way that he could control his transformation during the full moon. He couldn't live in our lane anymore because people knew what he did, but you thought you had a chance to redeem him, so you brought him with you to Triboar, where he moved into an old house, an old abandoned house, the southern end of Triboar, there with his family. And it appears that his family has not been killed by him, so that's good news.
It's a start.
But so yes, he lives in this house right here with the southernmost house at sea. But yeah, he is a were-tiger. He is forced into transforming every full moon. To prevent him from hurting people, he binds himself in silver shackles, and he'll probably lock himself in the basement or something like that.
I was just gonna ask if he had a howling, if he had his own freaking track.
If he was what?
If he had his own shrieking chef, like Harry Potter, like Lupin.
I have not read Harry Potter, so I missed that reference.
Have you
What?
Have you
I
ever
mean, that's
seen
okay.
any of the movies?
I was more of a Lord of the Rings. I watched the second to last movie all the way through with my friends. That was it.
Okay, so basically, there's a werewolf character.
Yeah, I know him. He's Sirius Black.
No,
No.
Sirius Black's a dog. Lupin is a man who is really good friends with James Potter and Sirius Black. And on the Margot's map, which is a whole other really cool thing. And he got bit by a werewolf during a battle and turned a werewolf. And so they're in the town outside of Hogwarts. They had this abandoned, empty shack, and every month he and Scars would go in there when he turned a werewolf to protect him, and so he didn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
Well, he might have that. He also, or basement, he has some other means of secluding himself in addition to the shackles, so he doesn't hurt people.
You inadvertently created a Remus Lupin.
I didn't know at all. I have not read any of the Harry Potter books. I promise you. Okay. But yeah, you pass his house, you see him work in the field, he waves at you guys as you pass. Yeah, he just works as a simple farmer now. You guys go back up to Clinks and Drinks, where Lydia comes out as soon as you guys sort of put Perkins back in with apples and sort of detach him from the cart and bring the cart around too. Lydia comes rushing out when she notices you guys approaching. She says, "There's something wrong in the forest."
Define wrong.
Well, I mean, I take Reverence out there to train and, get her acclimated to living again. And I just noticed that
Who's Reverence?
Reverence is Caxier's mom.
Cax? Your mom is here. You should talk to her.
That's why I wanted her to be this episode, because they were supposed to have a good heart-to-heart, which they postponed.
Look, it's never going to happen. Just give it up.
Yeah. So you guys are just collecting important NPCs to you that just live in your inn now. That's what it's gonna be.
It's the new trading card game.
Oh, it's the new pet.
But yeah, Lydia has taken upon herself to sort of ease, because you guys went on your missions fracking. She's taken upon herself to sort of ease Reverence back into living again, training her back up, because she used to be, from what Cactus told you, a pretty good fighter. Yeah, she's like, so then she says, I mean, I take her to the forest, and we practice out back next to the forest, and the forest feels weird, like wild and strange, and then when I went to investigate, there was I saw some strange things that shouldn't be there.
Did you talk to Melora about it?
Melora. Are you talking about the other NPC that's part of your...
Or Maliki, or whoever her god is?
Oh, Maliki?
Yes.
There's something interfering with conversations to her.
What do you mean interfering?
You go, you check it out, you'll see.
Okay.
And she says, oh wait, also, I have 900 gold for you guys, and also, she just hands this to you as well.
Look, we can either...
Now we'll stick it in the bag very quick.
Let's go. Look, we can either go look at the forest, or
She has it in her hand. She's like pushing it onto you as she's telling you to go check out the
Oh,
forest.
Matt just opens the bag and whoop, there
Yeah, and she's like, also this bill of sale for a food cart. I don't know what that is, but Wainwright's Dragon says you owe them 1,250 gold.
That's like all of our gold.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't that much because they. If
I might have changed the price tag a little bit.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah,
We'll
let's.
deal with it later. We can take care of the forest since apparently it's super important, and all I really want to do is go back and sit down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but like I'm usually at home in the forest, and it's nice and peaceful, and it's not that. It's like, it's not scary. It's just different.
Are you sure we're just not getting a storm?
No, I would know if it was that.
Hmm.
Okay, you're coming with us, right?
It'd be like
To
more.
show us?
Yeah, I'll have her. If you guys want, I'll have her come with you. Yeah. She's like, it'd be.
Look, there's a problem. Where is it? I was like, where is it?
It'd be. It's like if I describe it, it's like more.
Like, well, stop.
It's like more wild and free than usual. Like if that makes sense. It's weird.
Let's go quickly. Come on.
Lead us there.
I feel like Evelyn's really short. She just wants to like stop traveling.
All right, you guys. Lydia leads you on back into the forest known as Gueron Slumber. So named because the demigod Gueron, who's he's a god of the hunt, is said in folklore to frequent this forest. It was a favorite hunting ground of his. You're not so sure about that, because it just seems like a normal forest to most of you. But to two of your group, you get a strange feeling. As you it doesn't occur at first, but as you sort of proceed further and further, Lydia's saying, basically explain to you guys what's going on. She's like, I see like strange creatures like in my peripheral vision, and I turn to look to see them and they're gone, and I hear laughter at times, and strange lights.
Are you sure it's just not her going crazy?
She's
Rashemi,
not getting pranked.
Nat, you feel strangely while Lydia has talked about how uneasy she feels in the forest. Nat, you feel strangely at home for some reason.
Oh.
And Rashemi, due to your previous intelligence check and your you recalling an unpleasant time of your life, you get another feeling too. This sort of scenery, this feeling is familiar to you. Back when you were in that strange primeval place. This forest feels a lot like that.
Okay, I'm on high alert then.
Yeah,
I know
that
it's
is.
dangerous.
Everyone else everyone can give me a wisdom survival or intelligence arcana check,
Heck yeah.
as well as a perception check.
Okay, sorry. So what was it? Arcana?
A survival, arcana, as well as a perception.
I cast guidance on myself before I do the survival check.
I'm gonna do Arcana. Okay, not bad. 14. And then Perception. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
roll
what I
an
thought.
11
All right. Ooh.
That one.
Okay, so perception is everyone get a 16 perception or higher. Okay, Eveline and Indy.
Nope.
Eveline and Indy, you out of your corner of your eye, you begin to see the flashes of movement that they described. You begin to hear the things that they described. This laughter. It's very light, almost like a child laughing. It's very high pitched. It's very faint. It seems to be carried on the wind that's blowing through these trees. And then you begin to see, both of you actually see this now because you rolled above 20. As you sort of are more alert, you begin to see what look like trees moving through the forest. like with you. They're keeping pace with you, but when you turn to look at them more directly, they just stop, and you can't differentiate them between a normal tree.
I feel like at some point, Aelin just asked Lydia to just talk to the forest.
You see,
I speak for the trees, and the trees say.
yeah. So
Exactly.
and then you also see like deer, but you think you see creatures riding the deer, which seems strange to you. You can't really make them out
Do these deer
because they're going between
look like
trees.
deer or more like Uthman?
They look
Kind of
like
monster
deer.
ride a deer.
They look like deer, but they're going in between the trees and they're moving so quickly that you can't really see exactly what they look like. But they're very small, whatever's riding these deer. Yeah, Lady will say, yeah, the trees are they don't sound the same anymore. They're how does she want to describe it? She says they're rebellious.
They're sassy.
I love that the term you're using right now is sassy, and it just makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Nat,
These trees be sassy.
you.
Going back to our roots, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, Nat 16 survival is good. You somehow, for some reason, begin to notice that there's a path through these woods. Lydia is kind of correct how she's leading you through, where she says she's leading you to where she senses the greatest disturbance, so to speak. But she's off, like a little bit. Like occasionally you'll see like, oh, the path's supposed to go this way, like to the right, but she'll go to the left. And then so you know that there's this strange path that seems to be only, as far as you know, your other party members are just merely following Lydia, but you seem sure that you're supposed to go a slightly different direction than where Lydia is leading you.
Right. Yeah, I'll point it out to anybody. Just like when she takes the wrong turn. Like I think like is it just kind of more of a gut feeling than anything else, or
Yes.
tell signs?
It's more of a gut feeling.
Yeah, I'll just kind of say like I feel like this is the right way.
Are you writing Oakman?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so because you seem so sure of yourself, Lydia will defer to you then, Nat. And you're going along for about another 30 minutes or so. You're really deep in this forest now. And Indy and Evelyn, you have a feeling of discomfort now, like you're being watched. You're not even sure. The air feels strange to you, thick, dense. The trees in this part seem very old. It's a very oppressive sort of feeling to you. Rashemi would also feel this, but he recognizes it.
I don't think it bugs like Evelyn, like because she's been in like super old forest before and stuff.
Yeah.
And then
Unless it's like a magic effect, I don't think it would.
it's not magical; it's just a feeling you get.
Yeah, I don't know if it would matter.
Kind of a bit skeeved out. Like, yeah, he traveled and all that, but like.
He's more of a city boy, though.
Huh?
Indy's
I imagine Indy's like a city boy.
Yeah. He's
like
he's stuck to the main roads. He didn't really go too deep into the.
I feel like at one point,
He wasn't a Boy Scout.
And I feel like Evelyn was a Boy Scout. Like she got dropped in the forest, be like, "Find your way out."
Yeah.
And then, you guys are. So who would hear this? You would all hear it eventually, but Nat and Indy hear it first. So before you heard like strains of laughter on the wind, both of you begin to hear very faint, but very beautiful singing.
Is that a perception thing?
Yes, you're hearing this.
Okay, because you said Nat in Indian.
Sorry, I meant
thought you were
Aveline.
21.
I meant Aveline in Indy.
Okay.
You begin to hear this sort of singing. It's very faint, but it's growing louder as Nat is leading you.
Okay. Do you guys hear that at all?
You
Hear
mean
what?
the random music? There's music. Why is there music?
Yeah, there should be music. This is the woods.
This is weird.
I do not like this.
I know, right? There's voices on the wind. I told you. It's weird.
Yeah.
Do we hear it when they are pointed out?
Yes. Now you're pointed out if you stop and listen, and no one's moving through the brush. There's no cracks of twigs or leaves being crunched. You can hear this very faint singing. It is getting louder as you guys do, once you eventually do proceed the way Nat is leading you.
Is it like speak? Is it in a language or more kind of a chorus?
It's a voice, but it's not singing words, so to speak. That makes sense.
Like
Just like a Disney princess going, ah, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I don't speak.
But it is very attractive to your ears. And
It's
you,
like Ariel, the Little Mermaid.
you guys eventually reach this clearing. Once it goes, the singing is growing louder and louder. You hear this clearing, and in front of you, you see this sort of this pond. And Lydia will comment as you're sort of approaching. She'll say, well, "This is strange. This wasn't here before." And you'll see this figure in the water of the pond. Looks like a woman made out of water. But when she's clearly the one singing. But when she sees you, she seems surprised and just sort of goes shunk back into the water.
Well, I walk over
Do we
to
get
the
closer?
water.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be rude.
How about we take a 5-minute break real quick though?
Like in real life or in...
I gotta go
Like-
to the
In real life,
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
before we get into anything like too heavy.
Yeah, I will turn to, I'll mute and turn to, be right back. Slate. Alright, let's take a 5-minute break, guys. We'll be like at 9:55/10, somewhere around there.
I think you should definitely talk to Nate about that then.
Cause like, I also kind of like, you know, being able to be like, in the Waterdeep, like in your story, like we could just go to Waterdeep. And be like, oh well.
What's going on?
For some reason, that sometimes it feels a little like we go from story point to story point, and it'd be nice to have like downtime sessions too.
Yeah, we could have those definitely.
Yeah, like it's sometimes it's a little bit much to go from like town to town to town, just like solving problems and like having to like feel like there's like this big crunch for time all the time. Like I understand like it has it sometimes you do need to do that, but lately it seemed like a bit like we've been sort of like
All we've been doing.
yeah, like I mean no offense,
At least in my
it feels
perspective.
like a little bit railroady in terms of like I know that you gave us some options in terms of like what we want to do and like what order we want to do them in, but like it's like sometimes it feels like we don't necessarily like have it. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm
Yeah.
not putting it into words super well.
I think you're wording it very well, actually.
Well, yeah, we can. I can definitely input.
Shoot,
Like,
I put
well,
milk
you
in.
guys had, because I got basically what some people said to me was when we were doing everything else before Waterdeep and stuff. They were like, "So does this campaign have a point? Like, what are we doing? Like, what's the objective? What's all that stuff?"
And I didn't know that because like that was before me, you know.
Yeah, like I think the group has changed a lot since then. I mean, we've lost like we've lost half of our original group, and so. But like, I love playing with everyone else here. Like, it's so good. I'm not saying it's bad. It's fantastic.
I think like for me, like I would love to be able to like get into like people's backstories, but it's kind of hard to do that when we're just going.
Yeah. Like, I really
I
want
would,
to know more about Cax's backstory and Nat's backstory, but it's just like.
Well, Cax I'm waiting for her to reveal more. Like, I have her mom here. I told her where the pirates who attacked her were. It's up to her to take the initiative and say, I want to go there, though.
Well, yeah, you're not wrong. But also be like, hey, Cat, why is your mom here? Is something we could ask.
I told her, think about what you want to talk to your mom about when you get back to Triboar, but she's obviously not here, and she hasn't responded to me about that.
Well, that's something we could do in session too, like when Cat is here, or like at the area, you know, player character. Go, hey, Cat, your mom is here. I thought she was dead. What's up with that? Like, you should go talk to her, and like maybe do I need to banish her back to hell or what?
Yeah, I definitely try to give you guys opportunities to RP amongst yourselves and talk. Like, that's what I was trying to do this episode.
I really
and stuff like that.
That we retconned to back to the thing.
Yeah, but I'll definitely give some more just like free time. Definitely after what you guys are doing right now, there's some free time. You guys don't exactly have to go immediately to Long Saddle. So you guys want to just chill around like Triboar, have a let's break in the food cart sort of session.
Like, it cost too much money because it was not supposed to cost that much money because I had notes fixed at my computers.
I forgot how much I said because I said it off the cuff, so I set it at $12.50.
So I'm gonna go back and rewatch the episode.
But I'd be willing to take it probably down to like $7.50. If you can convince the people.
Wait, what people?
We're talking about our food cart.
The people that built the food cart for you.
Oh, okay. Also, I just got invited to play in a campaign with DP impossibility. Ooh, I really want to.
When does it happen?
This early afternoon, Saturday or Sunday, depending on schedules. So that's like pretty good.
Can you afford to
Yeah.
do that?
I think so. I'm
I
not
will
gonna
remind
leave this.
you the second half of your senior year is coming up.
Yes, but that's fine. It's the second half of my senior year. Like that's nothing.
But there will. I think everyone's back or almost back. But there will definitely be opportunities before we get started. There will definitely be opportunities for more downtime, free time, that sort of thing. This is like the. I don't want to give too many spoilers, but we're getting towards the end of Arc 1, so that's why I'm doing this.
Oh, you have a tendency to like semi-spoil us. I don't want to be spoiled at all. Like you don't need to like a drop of the hand and be like, "Hey, this is kind of coming up." Like you can be like, "You don't have to." I know you're excited, but like, I don't want to know. I want to be surprised and irritated. Like I wasn't stupid. I was not happy about that wizard. I hate the wizard.
Which wizard do you hate?
The wizard, librarian wizard.
Oh, okay. So, also, I need to mute myself real quick.
But yeah, so I'm trying to get the. But once the first arc is done, there'll be a lot more opportunities, like I said, for downtime, for people to guest DM if they want, do one shots, visit places you guys have been before.
I just want to play in person.
Um,
Unplugged in 2 weeks. Which, by the way, are we having a session next week? Because it's the Thanksgiving holiday.
it is, but if people are, I will send out after this session. I will send out an act to people to see if how many people will be available.
We're not having one on Saturday night. Next on the 7th. It's not happening.
Yeah, because we're obviously not having one during Unplugged.
I will be at the Acquisitions Incorporated game. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah.
And I'm sad that my other friends in this group are not coming to PAX, but I understand.
Yeah. It's hard money.
Well, and like people. It's a lot of people.
Like I can't go to PAX East. Like that's in Boston. Like that's like a 6-hour drive. I can't do that.
That's how I feel about any other PAX. It's like Unplugged is accessible and 2 hours away, and everything else is so far away. But if I went to another one, I would enforce at a different one. That way, like, 'cause I don't do great in like crowds necessarily. Like I'm fine,
Yeah.
but like I can get overwhelmed and have a panic attack because panic attacks. But
Yeah.
like going, but like if I have to like go and enforce and have a job to do, like that makes it different.
Yeah.
Also, like I've also done 30,000 people by myself in completely different cities, so I'm fine.
Yeah. Also, I need to. Nate, are we muted?
I think we're about to start. So.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I think everyone should be back. Everyone's back, right?
Are you back?
Mm-hmm. I'm back.
All right.
Are you feeling better? I hope we're feeling better.
Do we want to ping Hannah and see if she wants to join? Or...
Yeah, we can.
No, I feel like Hannah will come if Anna is better.
Is ready. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't want to pressure her into doing something she doesn't want to.
So you guys have come upon this sort of strange pond or pool in the middle of this creepy forest. You saw a woman made out of water sort of sink into it. But as she disappears, she disappeared along with the singing, so you guys don't hear anything else. It's very calm, very quiet. Still a little creeped out for some reason. But other than that, there's not really much going on around you.
Guess we should go and check out the water.
Yeah, I walk over to the water.
All right. Rashemi, Rashemi, give me. Actually, Indy and Rashemi, give me a Arcana check.
Arcana.
Rashemi, you can also give me a history check, an intelligence check.
Screw me over. That's it. Oh, it was almost 15.
Rashemi.
Good. Good.
Lucky.
Shemmy's on fire today.
Rashemi.
Heck yeah.
So this
you
would
do that.
appear to be a normal pond to you. Aside from the water woman descending into it, this whole situation, this whole forest has seemed familiar to you since you entered into it. This very pool here, this pond in front of you, this pond of water, you are getting flashes of memory, alarm bells. This pool, it reminds you of when you and your charge first entered into the Feywild. You're trying to remember what she called it. You think she called it a Fey crossing. But it reminds you a lot of that. It is a means of getting into the Feywild.
Ooh.
I put my hands in.
Now, Andy, this seems vaguely familiar to you, but you can't quite place where this memory came from.
Cannonball.
You put your hands in, and you feel like you feel a pleasant heat on it, like a warmness. Not.
Spring episode.
It's more like the sun is shining down on your hand on the other side. Because like where you are now, it's pretty dim lighting because the trees here are very thick and old and tall, and their canopy is sort of blocking the light. So you can still see there's a few shafts of light that are illuminating your path, but it's very dim lighting. But when you stick your hand through, it's more like the sun is shining directly on it. It's that sort of warmth.
And is it clear?
You can't see your hand. The pool is clear. You can see the bottom. You can see the pebbles and the rocks on the pool's bottom, but you can't see your hand.
Hmm.
I take my hands out just to make sure that they're still there.
Your hand does come back wet. It's still there.
That's good.
But yes, it doesn't look like it's been harmed in any way, shape, or form.
All right, and Rashemi jumps in.
All right, you have all seen this. Nat, you feel a strange sense of familiarity with this for some reason. But when Rashemi jumps in, he is gone. You expected him to be at the bottom of the pool to see him. Like, Rashemi, what are you doing? Stop joking around, bud. But you do not see him at all once he jumps in.
Guess
I
I'm
stick,
going
I
in.
stick I stick my head in.
You stick your head in, Indy, and you see, you immediately hold your breath because you are still under, your head's still underwater, but you're looking up at like a sunlight that's bright sunlight that's hitting the water, and it's sort of illuminating it, and the water's warm and pleasant to be in, but you're still underwater, but you're apparently in a different place where the sun is shining through and reaching the water.
What the fuck? Okay. I stick
You
my
do
head
see
out.
Rashemi. He is
Yeah.
swimming / wading out of the water onto, because it's very shallow where you're at, onto the ground there.
Guys.
What'd you see?
Well, you're still under, so you'd be blubbing because you're underwater.
Or, well, I mean, if Indy would stick his head in, I'd wait.
I stick my head back out since we're doing that apparently.
Right. Shake to get the water off, you know.
Yes, I wipe my mouth with my lips and I wipe out my eyes and I open up my mouth and use my vocal cords to say, to say, he's okay. I think he's like it's weird out there. I'm not. It's like another world out there. It's another dimension. I think. I mean, he didn't die immediately, so that's a good sign.
All right, now
I think
Nat's
it's a good sign.
going in.
Cannonball.
All right, as you jump in that, you
Can
s-
you move flying up the other side like a portal because you're so heavy? It's all
so
your
you
armor?
sort of well, it's very shallow water, so it's when you come in at the bottom of this pool, but it's only about 5 to 6 feet deep, so you can clearly see the surface. It's very clear water, and you see what I described to Indy. You see that the sun's shining down. It's very bright and lovely. You see trees reflected through the water. You see Rashemi. He's actually made his way to shore now. And yeah, that's what you see, Nat.
All right. So, do I know like
Y-
anything about the Feywild? Like, do I know that there's no sun in the Feywild?
You don't know. And if there isn't canon-wise, there is for this purpose, because I've already said there is.
Oh, okay.
So it just, as far as like, there's some means of illumination that is illuminating the sky, and it feels very warm and pleasant to you.
I'm guessing in another in a campaign that takes place in the Feywild.
This is my first foray into the Feywild in any campaign, so I'm making up as I go along.
Thanks.
I read
but yeah.
the book, not the book, but what was it? One of the supplemental books for 5e that explains the Feywild. But that's what I got. That's my knowledge.
Yeah. Like the light comes from like all the plants shine, basically. But yeah, anyway, so now we'll kind of go on to the pool or onto the shore from that side.
And as you take a moment to rest, I'm assuming Ukman is with you.
Yeah.
Ukman seems more energetic than usual. And you, it's hard to describe this feeling, but it's like a sense of belonging or home. It's almost like you're back, you feel like you're almost back in the spires in the morning.
Test house.
Rashemi, this is very clearly to you, the Feywild. You are back. You are back where you once were long ago. You remember this strange feeling. What do Indy and Evelyn do? You have seen 2 of your party members just jump into this pool.
I'm already in it.
Like, then you experience very much what Nat did, except your feeling is more like a sense of runs. Like the trees seem off to you. Looking at the sky, you thought it was the sun, but it's hard to find it anywhere in the sky. The sky just seems to be bright because it is the sky, almost. Like someone decreed that the sky must be bright, so it is. But you don't see a source of the light that is illuminating the sky.
Huh. Okay.
The trees seem to bend at unnatural shapes, bend into unnatural shapes, things you wouldn't expect trees to be like. You see creatures moving amongst the trees, but haven't really taken notice of you, or if they have, they don't seem to care.
We don't see the figure.
I'm sorry.
We don't see the figure we saw.
No, you don't see the woman anywhere. The water woman. Is Avaline here, or did she say something in Discord?
What happened? I'm just
Very
Okay.
quiet.
You have seen.
because I haven't word.
You have seen 3 of your party members disappear into this pool.
Is Lydia still here?
Lydia is here, and she's dumbfounded.
Oh.
She's looking at you like,
Yeah. Lydia and I are like, what the hell is going on?
I guess we're supposed to go in? I don't know where they went, but I'm sure Maliki and Lathander will protect us.
Before we do that, can you contact Vera and let her know we're jumping into the cold water?
That's more of Cax's department.
Yeah, well, Cax isn't here right now.
I don't really have him. I can't cast sending.
Yes, I thought she had the.
She's an occultant.
Oh, that's true.
Catch you.
Oh,
Cax
Cax
here?
is here.
Come jump
I
into the
guess,
pool.
I guess
Cax
not.
here. Cax
I
here,
get-
help.
You're smart now. You can do this.
Yay.
Caxir, welcome. You guys had a brief heart-to-heart, which we can go back in time and you can inquire about people, or people can inquire about you. Or you can talk to your mom, some go back in time. But currently, what's currently going on is, to some members of the party, they recognize this. But you have investigated this forest behind Clinks and Drinks that Lydia was so concerned about. She said something was strange about it. Inside the forest, you found a pool of water where you saw a woman made of water was singing. When she saw you, she sort of appeared shocked and sunk back into the water very quickly.
Rashemi, Nat, and
Rashemi, Nat, and Indy jumped into the water and disappeared. You would expect to see them at the bottom of the pool, but they are not there. Rather, they were transported to a different place. Some of them recognize it as the Feywild, others don't. So, you guys, you're like, what? So you say, Caxter, can you talk to Vera about what we're... And then she just goes, sploosh, rush right in.
Sploosh.
Just
splooey.
And Lydia says, I guess we should go into... We don't want them to die.
Yeah, that's fine.
how long of a walk back is it to the inn?
It's about 30 minutes to an hour, depending on where you... You seem to be following a path, and Nat seemed to know where they were going. But if you were going to go back now, this doesn't... Like, where you are, you're not a nature person. So it doesn't make sense to you. Like, there would be no forest path for you to traverse, so it'd be more
Evelyn
time.
does not want to go in this pool of water, and she doesn't want to go through level stealth plot.
But she was saying, I guess... I mean, we're the only people that can heal, so... and she just, she doesn't jump in, she walks into the water and disappears.
Right, and
She got yoinked.
Rex. I guess they go in the water, but I'm not happy about it.
And you guys all
Don't
pop
like
up
getting wet.
at the bottom of this
I put
pool.
But you need to know that, like, I put a foot in the water to test it first, and then I pull it back out, and it does.
Okay.
It takes like 5 minutes for me to get in the water.
Yeah, I feel that 100%.
Like when you're getting in a pool at the beginning of summer.
The
Yeah.
water on this side
Okay.
feels very cold at first. It's the water. The pool itself is glowing as well, and there's something that's illuminating the depths of this pool, so you can see the bottom very clearly. But when you sort of descend into it, your foot feels, it started to feel cold, but now it feels warm. So it's very strange because the further your foot descends, the more warm it feels. That makes sense. So it's like cold and then warm. There's like clear delineation here. It's a very strange feeling. But once I'm assuming as Aveline eventually, it takes her a while. You're all waiting for Aveline to
Yes,
appear up.
it takes for a while.
Lydia was like, she was right behind me. She was like dipping her toe in. I don't know. Maybe just wait. And then like 5-10 minutes later, Aveline appears.
No, she goes to her lounge chair and reads a book. Yes, she appears.
And makes her way to the shoreline. So you guys are all in this very strange place.
Evelyn mutters something under her breath.
The sky is bright, but there's no source of brightness. It's more like it's illuminate. All the sky is emitting light. If that makes sense. There's no sun, so to speak. The trees are bent or formed into unnatural shapes. Something you wouldn't see in a normal forest. Almost like gravity doesn't work or affect these trees. And you see creatures moving amongst the trees that aren't familiar to you. You would expect like bears or deer or wolves or something like that. It's none of those. It's very strange looking creatures that are moving. We only get flashes of them because they're moving quickly. They seem to have not noticed you or don't care about your appearance. They're moving for you. You don't see this woman made out of water at all. So congratulations. Some of you know where you are. Others do not. But for those that do, you're in the Feywild. But
Okay.
if you guys do want to take a brief aside and include Cax into the discussion you guys had on the cart, we can do that now, or we can continue on with the story.
Hey, Cax, did you know your mother's alive and in our inn? You should really talk to her.
I did at her to let her know. Lydia has been training your mom, getting her more accustomed to living. She did briefly talk to her before you guys left for your acting commissions, but they both agreed to sort of wait a bit and collect their thoughts because it happened so abruptly. Almost as if a supernatural being had decreed it so. It had sort of a moment to collect your thoughts and come back and talk, have a good heart-to-heart, which could possibly occur once you guys get back from this strange place you find yourselves in. Did any of you want to ask Cax any questions about what Gnosis talked about? Or does Cax want to ask the rest of the party about anything Gnosis talked about? We can postpone it till next week. Some of the party members talked about it is Thanksgiving holiday, so I will at everyone at the end of the session and ask if they're able to play, and we'll see what happens from there.
I just didn't know if they're going away or anything. That's what I thought.
All right, so I'm just making sure you guys didn't want to talk about anything with Cax before we proceed further into the Feywild.
Well, I think when Evelyn gets down to the bottom, I think she yells at everyone and goes, "We do not go jumping into ponds after women."
I don't know what kind of D&D campaign you play, but hey.
Without leaving a note.
Just kidding. Yeah, Rashemi, you recognize this place as the Feywild. Nat, you don't know what this place is called exactly, but you feel familiar. Like, this is home to you. Like, this is like, you don't exactly recognize it, but you feel at ease in this place. Caxir, do you speak Sylvan? Are you good at the Arcanas?
Do you have Arcana?
Are you proficient in Arcana?
Magic? Do you have the magic?
I've got the magic.
We do if they're hot, apparently.
It was a very attract, like, it's more like you didn't see any facial feature, but the silhouette was very appealing.
Well, Shemi jumped first, though.
Rashemi did jump first.
Be on your guard.
Yeah, Rashemi seems very tense.
Evelyn, do you have any protection spells ready today?
Do you have any anti-water spells as well?
No, I didn't think we'd be going into a pond. Grumble, grumble, grumble. That's what she was grumbling about. She's like, didn't prepare water walking, and I thought we're going into a forest. The forests don't have water.
Well, you are now on dry land.
I have, for your lovely, I have motivational speech. I have blindness, deafness. That's about it.
Can blind water?
I mean, I have like revivify and prayer of healing and shit like that too. But whole person, but I don't have like remove curse or anything.
Okay.
If that's what Rashemi is asking about.
Well,
You guys have seen Ukman. He, as the English would say, he is full of beans. He is prancing about.
Full of beans?
Full of beans. I know that's
Beans.
a
Beans.
so it's a summoned creature. It's a, what is his type though?
Who's he into?
What
No,
do you
no,
mean?
no. Like, what is his creature type? What is?
Oh, he's Fey.
No. I know Ukman. She's asking about her familiar.
Oh, God.
What's this kind of person, you know?
what's Ukman's sign?
I meant what is his? If he
Asking
is Fey, then
for
he also appears full of beans. He is playing with Ukman. They are.
Wow.
I like the expression full of beans.
Leaking brown fluid.
No, I like the expression full of beans. So I'm gonna be using it a lot more.
It's not
Like a beanie
great
baby?
one. Like just full of soft.
If he is in fact a Fey creature, he appears to be full of energy. He's jumping around.
Just,
Like he's hopped up on coffee.
Yeah,
Oh, I was
Or
thinking
like
like
a
he's
child.
gassy.
Ukman is as well. No.
I thought you were
With
talking
too much
like they were
caffeine.
literally full of beans, like
I know
pellets.
the expression.
I
I just
yeah.
didn't know what the source was.
Yeah, like I did, like full of beans to me.
Full of beans is not
If
something
I
I've
was
ever
full of
used.
beans, I would be very, very tired.
it means you're full of energy. You're like hopped up. You're ready to go.
That's a southern expression.
Oh, like coffee?
Yeah,
Yes.
coffee makes sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
It was
Full
like,
of
it was
coffee
like oh,
doesn't
half
sound
a
as good. Well, I don't see the lady anywhere. I guess I'm like,
Cool, we can go.
And let's go.
Why
Let's
are you
Nat.
so against this place?
Look at them glowing. It's weird. Rashemi is more uptight than usual. It's weird. We followed a random person into a pond without having a conversation. That's weird.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
we might never find our way back here if we leave.
That's probably okay.
Well, there's something wrong with the woods, right?
Yeah.
And the path
If we
was
could've had
leading us here.
conversation, we could have had a conversation instead of jumping in.
Thought I might find a figure on the other side, but
Right. I mean, it seemed like they had something to do with it.
Some party members are people of action, and so they let their actions speak for them.
Indeed.
Everyone
With
puts
this-
a dollar in charge.
Thanks.
yes.
Ukman is acting like a dog now. Nat. By that I mean, he is
Yeah,
running.
I, like-
He is running away from you in a specific direction,
I know.
and then he's running back a short distance and like nudging you, and then he's running in that direction again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll kind of start following Ukman. I'm not gonna like run, like if he's running, but like
Skipping.
following along.
And so you guys are in this small clearing, and now there's all these trees around you, these strange trees. But as you approach them, they sort of move out of the way, if that makes sense. Like parting like the Red Sea. and you as you walk, this is occurring in front of you until there's this sort of path open up to you that seems to direct you in a certain way.
Okay, I can't see anything because my computer decided to reboot and install updates. So I'm sorry.
All right, and then all of you, as you're walking along this path, nothing like other than this sense of wrongness that most of you feel, Lydia included. Nothing really happens to you guys. Nothing jumps out, scares you, tries to attack you. But you guys do continue to see these strange shapes move throughout the trees. And you begin to hear that laughter again.
Oh, I just take my sword out.
Yes. So, Rashemi, whereas the one you heard before? Give me a perception check, Rashemi. Also, all the other ones.
Good.
All the other ones, everyone else can as well.
Do good.
And I'm making a
Yeah.
perception check.
All right.
My skills are good today.
Let me get.
They are. You're
All right. So, Cax, Nat, Rashemi. You all hear the laughter. This is more to hear something else.
Not dead.
So you all hear the laughter.
Come on.
At first, for all of you, at first it sounds very much like that playful laughter you guys heard in the Ingwer on Slumber, back in the Prime Material plane. But for Shemi, Nat, and Cax, you notice a almost sinister undertone to it now. And as soon as you notice that, you see an arrow fly out of the forest, but it misses all of you, and it lands in front of you guys. Now, like all of you, and then you see these sort of figures flit out of the trees. I'd like all you to roll initiative.
Okay.
We don't. Oh, there's right.
This,
Oh Jesus, that's sonically hell.
So basically how this fight works, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but basically the creatures you see are very tiny, almost elfin, pixie creatures. They're all wielding rapiers and bows, and they're aiming their bows at you.
Oh no.
The path in front of you, the one that is the one that you're on, and the one that's delineated by the teal or aqua lines, is normal terrain. It is the path the trees have moved out of the way of for you to walk. Everything else will count as difficult terrain.
Okay.
And I will. Rex is here in spirit. I think Lydia is here for
Roll20
reals,
does
though.
not like iPads, I can tell you that.
So I will have
You want me
Lydia.
to roll your initiative?
Oh wait, I got Pambeer up, I think. No. Yeah. Oh wait, I got it, I think. Yes. Let me scroll, damn it.
No, it's not.
Oh, I forgot to do initiative, but yeah,
Okay,
it should show up still. Okay, good.
Does it still work?
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay.
Oof,
Shemi will give me a Arcana check.
Drag anything. I used to be able to do this.
A nature check or a history check, because you might have encountered these creatures before while you were in the Feywild.
I pulled up your character sheet in me just in case.
I got it working. I just can't drag.
And I will. Oh, Cax, I don't think I updated your profile. I mean your token. I did DM you to say if you wanted me to, but I didn't because I don't think I got a response
I just
from you.
can't see anything. I'm try Chrome.
Okay, that's Cax is in at 5. Lydia. is, here we go. Oh, she also rolled a 5, so, you both have the same dex mod, so
What is the light?
you can go first if you want.
What's the light?
What light?
That light. The circle.
That
That's my
is
aura.
their aura that gives you
Oh, okay.
magic
Okay.
On saving throws.
saving throws bonus. Yeah, so
They-
Cax,
they
you want to
all
go
look
before
good.
Lydia or after her?
Try to make it something dull so it wasn't too in the way.
No, it's okay, because sometimes I have my light radius up, and I was very confused with your name.
I think my laptop is almost done updating. Maybe.
Hey, didn't I tell you I have at least 12 different kinds of honey coming to unplug?
Okay,
In fact,
cool.
it's probably closer to 15.
Scrolling works better on Chrome.
So if you're coming to unplug, you get to try 15 different kinds of honey.
Yeah.
I think that's more than I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah, I've had one kind of honey ever.
Honey is so good, and I think I'm bringing every single kind I have. Just because I can.
Can't wait. God, I can't wait till
Yeah.
Unplugged. It's so soon.
We're
It's so
having a honey
soon.
tasting, people. Get ready.
To you, to everyone actually, or something you don't recall. These seem vaguely familiar to you, but you don't recall. Anything specific about them. These look like evil versions of fairies or pixies to you. They're very ashen, skin pale, unnaturally so, and they have very dark hair. They're laughing sinister in a let me change it in a sinister manner because I can't pronounce that word. And yeah, they're readying bows at you all. But the first one did miss, so I will now roll for them as for initiative. There appear to be 4 of them.
Are they flying?
They are flying, but they are because they're so small. They're flying like 5 feet off the ground, so it's enough for you to like. They would be at shoulder/head height for most of you.
Okay. Cool.
And somehow one of them rolled. Oh, that's why one of them rolled a 21. So they will go first. They will. Who looks like
Oh man.
the most choice target, the most squishy? Indy.
Yeah.
Because you're not wearing. Oh no, it'd be Cax. Cax is closer to them. Because everyone else is wearing heavy armor. And, all right, they're going to fire at you.
I'll give that disadvantage.
All right,
Nice.
using your reaction, correct?
Yep.
All right.
Got so many reactions.
So got a 22 and 23 to hit, which I'm going to go ahead and say yes.
Yeah.
And it does. That means I meant to do damage. It does 6 piercing to you, Cax. I would also like you to succeed on a dexterity saving throw. I mean, not dexterity,
Yeah.
wisdom saving throw.
You get +3 to that.
Just go ahead and roll. I'll tell you if you succeed or fail. Okay, you pass. So at first, when this strangely enough, when this arrow hits you, I'll say it hits you in the shoulder, and you turn. Rather than feel pain from it hitting you, you suppress the urge to begin just laughing for some strange reason.
A giggle gets out.
A giggle does escape your lips, and then this thing will fly away because it is a bow user. Yeah, they're still the same. They're maintaining the same height, so to speak. Nat, it's your turn.
I'm just gonna run over to that one. Yes.
So keep in mind you are in difficult terrain once you
Yeah, so I
breach
use
this.
my feline's agility to double my movement. And
It
First
seems
off,
surprised you were able to navigate the difficult terrain so quickly. So you can see that on its face.
and then I'm gonna try in this fancy new, not new, but now I really know what it is. Sylvan language. Just ask them like, "Why are you attacking us?"
Oh, I didn't even think about you trying to talk to them.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Hey, that is
Why is killing our first option?
It doesn't have to be.
Oath of redemption. Yeah, that's oath of redemption. Thank you.
It says. It would say, you different from others, but still not Fey. Kill, take stuff.
Oh, that's racist. I don't like that.
Uh-oh.
You try talking now. You can use your fist.
Yeah. I mean, are you sure that's what you want to go with? Because it's like lift up pancake.
Or slaves. You make excellent slaves.
Okay.
No,
bye-bye.
we don't. Trust me. I
Big and strong.
It's like, no.
Oh well, thank
I'm
you.
very,
Let me show you.
Do you speak
Oh,
Sylvan, Indy?
No, let me
A
try
10
that
is
one
not
more
going to
time.
hit. They're very quick.
Let me try one more time. There we go.
That
How about
does
that
hit.
one? All right. How's the 13 fare for max damage?
Yeah, it doesn't. That appears it is a grievous blow to a creature that small.
Smiting and getting rid of it. I don't think so. I don't think these guys are too much of a threat. Yeah, that'll be my turn.
All right, Evelyn. What do you do?
So Evelyn, while attacks get hit, Evelyn saw Nat try to talk to a pixie and then hit it.
Oh, then I'll say, because I know nobody speaks Sylvan. I'll shout back like, these guys want to make us their slaves.
Great. Beautiful. I'm casting a spell.
I figured.
I cast Bless.
Who are you blessing?
That's the wrong one.
Me.
It says you're casting it at third level.
Plus
I'm not
37
casting
Africa.
Bless. I'm casting Beacon of Hope, is what I was trying to cast, but somehow I clicked on Bless.
Hoo.
Wow.
Different spell. Very different spell.
Wow.
I'm assuming it's 30 feet. It's every creature.
It is creatures I choose.
Yeah, every creature. But I'm assuming they have to stay within that 30-foot radius of you to get that.
I don't know. It doesn't say on the spell.
Nat is good for right now, so it shouldn't matter much. If Nat goes here,
Is it like coming from you or the spot where you cast it? Sorry, I'm getting.
I would say
It just says for the duration, so I think it's any creature that has to cast on them in 3 feet, and then
Because it is concentrated.
concentration.
yeah. I would say I'm not going to look up the rules or a better reading of what Jeremy Crawford says, but for now we'll just say as long as they're within 30 feet of you for the initial cast, they have this.
That's what I thought it was. I thought it was the thing with me for the initial cast. They had it.
Yeah.
If they were outside of 30
Of course, there might be some range stipulations, but it would be absurd. It would be like, oh, they change like planes, they get within more than a mile of you, that sort of thing. But it won't matter for this fight. So, as far as you guys,
thinking, like, as long as it was cast in 30 feet, it made
yeah,
sense.
as long as you guys, are in this battle, so to speak, and Evelyn doesn't drop this spell, you have all this stuff. And I will give you a little marker to denote that. Is any number okay? Boop. I'm assuming it's all your friendly people.
Have faith in us, health, yes, and it's all my friends. It's, I don't know, I haven't used it yet, and I always have it prepared, so I said, why not now? It's like, Avery's like just irritated. She's like, I don't want to. We should have jumped in here, but no one listened to me, but I was able to talk first.
Sorry, this is a mistake. I think can we still jump through, please? Can we just go back? I don't like this anymore.
I mean, you could try. These things will hound you all the way back. Also, Rashemi seems like they don't want to leave. I don't know if I'm speaking for Rashemi, but correct me if I'm wrong.
Max, you see green and light come off of Evelyn and kind of flow up your bodies and like vines with some flowers on them.
Everyone gets a flower in their
Like,
hair.
like forms like yeah, like a flower in your hair or something. To denote for your art and character inspiration for She Loves Monsters.
Would you like to move anywhere, Evelyn, or use your bonus action? I mean, you could have flower in her hair and vines around her horns.
Yeah. It's awesome. Bonus action. I'm just gonna stay where I am and concentrate really hard and hopefully no one.
All right. So Nat has drawn the most aggro, as you would expect by smacking one of their friends here.
Yeah.
So you will be targeted, of course. Well, they need to fly a little bit closer to you. And they will do so.
This was the plan to bring them in.
Well, they are ranged opponents, but they will attempt to shoot at you. And we'll see what happens here. Ooh, that is going to be a miss. A very bad miss. Horribly. Some might say it. Some might say it rolled the worst it possibly could. Now it is Indy's turn.
It rolled a -7.
No.
I am working on it. I will. Sorry, roll 26 mobile. I'm going to. Okay, everyone's at full health.
Tax is not at full health. Tax is missing 6 hit points.
Oh. Well.
I forgot to do that.
That's okay.
I got that.
Yeah, can I? Okay, that's gonna. So everyone is like super duper far away from me.
Yes. If you have a ranged weapon, like a short bow, that'll come into play here. It'd be or a spell would also work.
I don't. I'm checking my spells right now.
Some of you have a cantrip you love to use that's ranged.
Yes, but I could also use Stinking Cloud. Wait, what's the diameter on that? 20 foot. Yeah, I can't speak. 20 foot, so that's.
You could get probably 2 of them, but 2 of them, maybe 3.
No, could not. I couldn't get 2.
It's a radius.
It's a radius.
Yeah, so I could
cast it from 90 feet away.
I could put it there, and then. Yeah, I could.
Well, you could put it here. You can put it here, probably. Here. I don't think you'll get 3. You could definitely get 2. You probably want these 2 to not get Nat accidentally.
I'll probably put it like down here, or like I can't ping it.
I will make a 20-foot radius sphere for you, and then you'll tell me where you want to do it.
Sort of to the far right, middle right, so you can get the bottom right one and the top right one.
It's easy. It's always. Oh,
Does that work?
oh. Give me 1 second.
No.
I forgot it's super hard to do that, so I'm just going to make a token again. I will make Venning.
Okay.
My sweet token boy.
So my laptop finally rebooted, so I'm getting on that.
Heal a 20-foot aura.
Okay.
Where do you want this?
I want it like right where that crow is. Yeah, that's good enough.
All right.
That way I can get the bottom right one and the top right one. And keep them away from us.
Constitution saving throw. Okay. Okay, got it. All right. Now it is. And Whitney's turn. 2. 2 does start its turn. And declared. Doesn't like it. It will make the Constitution saving throw. Let's see. Yeah. It got an 8, so it fails. It's going to spend its turn retching and throwing up. But it's in like a cute, high-pitched voice. That's its turn. Roshemi.
Okay.
I think it only spends its action, right?
Let me see. Yeah, spend its action, so it can move out. It will do so. It doesn't like it, so it can fly a certain... Okay, yeah. It's like coughing and sputtering and cursing. And it's going to fly out over here.
Okay. So Rashemi is gonna pull his weird wolf mask on, and he's gonna use a bonus action to read the opposition.
Ho, ho, ho.
And I'm gonna make my insight check, which I am really hoping I do well on. That would be.
You can do it.
Please do it, please.
Ho, ho.
Hey.
I'm so proud of you.
All right, what do you want to know?
God, I've been doing so well on skills.
It's going to critically fail when you need it most, though. Just get ready for the turn.
It usually I critically failed already once. So on a success, I can learn. I think it's.
It's 3 things about the creature, right?
Yeah.
Details of your choice. It lists some possible ones, but what would you like to know? You can know what it is. You can creature type, what its motivations are, combat strategy,
Sense of humor. Favorite songs.
romantic entanglements.
Romance. Yeah.
Why they're just assholes?
Well, yeah. One thing I was gonna do was lair location. Like, do I know where these things might live? I know maybe they probably don't have a lair in the D&D sense, but maybe like where these kinds of creatures might is this native to
So
where
these
they are?
creatures are fey creatures. They are native to the Feywild.
And is this part of the Feywild? Like,
Yes.
they're not outside their element.
They are, as long as they're in the Feywild, they're at home.
Okay.
Cool.
They will. Well, that's another detail. But yes, this is their
Okay.
place of choice,
Um,
so to speak. You do notice that I forgot to bring this up as you approach, but the forest did seem to grow darker and more ominous as you approached these creatures.
you did say that. I just didn't know if it had went farther beyond. I will wonder what maybe bonds or ideals. What kind of what motivates them?
So they are I was so they are like the Fey equivalent of bandits or kidnappers, almost like Drow. They really like stealing stuff from people, by force if necessary, and they do it more to show their superiority um, over what they view as lesser creatures like humans, dwarves, that sort of thing. And they so they like stealing from people. They also like enslaving people as well. Sort of going with the whole "we're better than you" sort of sense they have about other creatures that are not Fey.
And what kind of flaws? What are their flaws? Morally.
I mean they're very small. They're not so great up close, but they're very quick.
Okay. All right. With my movement, I will go and join Nat. Stepping into difficult terrain is still just 5 feet, right? And
Yes,
stepping
as
out
soon as you start moving in it.
All right. And then I will use my action to dash. So that's
Okay. Cool.
15.
You are you smelled something really bad there, like rotten eggs, but you stepped out of it.
It's those beans from before. And that's my turn.
All right, now it is. Elevate the threes. Nat has still. Actually, no. Indy made people throw up. They would target you, Indy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So they would. This one would fire at you. Huzzah! That's a 23 to hit.
That hits for sure.
You take 8 piercing. I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw, please. Don't forget you have advantage.
You have advantage.
Heck yeah. Wisdom save. Come on, don't screw me. Yeah,
That is good. So you felt, for this one, you felt as soon as the arrow struck you, for some reason you felt the urge to sleep, but you shook it off.
I always feel that way.
And that is its turn. Caxier, you're up. Yes. What would you like to target with Chromatic Orb, and what flavor do you want it to be? If you're channeling Cathris, it would be thunder. It's a hot orb action, I believe you described it as.
Yes.
Well, he says,
Forest
diameter, that's not very big.
I am already in process.
So it will take 5d8 if this hits. Yeah, it's 3. Alright. It hits, it'll take 5d8 damage. A 12 is not good.
Chromatic Orb deals 5d8 damage.
She's upcasting level 3.
Oh, very
Okay.
cool.
It's still a lot of damage.
Yeah, the orb is almost as big as it, and it zooms out of the way, though, and it impacts against a tree behind it, and turns that whole tree sort of into a popsicle. They're very quick, very fast. Lydia's turn. So I have not used Lydia in a while since I made her, so it's gonna be a thing. What would she do? Okay, she would. She's not. So she doesn't want to. She doesn't like this forest. She doesn't want to step into it. She would. She would cast Moonbeam.
Ooh.
No, she would. Yeah, that seems like she would. She would definitely do that. No, I feel like she'd do. All of hers are saving throws. Yeah, she would do Moonbeam, and she would target the one in the cloud here. So it needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Oh God, 21.
Oh wait, what starts sprouting from your horns? I just saw Ball 20 chat.
Is there an aura around Benning?
Yeah, so I just used Benning as the token. So it's not. He's not actually here.
Can you put an aura on him to see where that dipping cloud is?
That is what it is. That's what the aura is.
No, there's nothing on my.
Oh, I didn't. Did I make it not visible to you? Perhaps. Yes, I didn't. I apologize. Do you see it now?
Thank you. That's better. I was like, where is the sticking cloud?
He had it the whole time. I just didn't turn it on for you guys to see. Okay, so yes, so it takes half damage. Yeah, half damage. So 2d10, half damage. Chow! 7 damage. That is her turn. She will move up to here to be in a better position in case. But here. Create new one. Anyone. If you guys aren't familiar with arithmes, but by fighting them, you realize they are very, very quick. Very quick. And they are so quick that whenever they move out of your reach, they don't provoke an opportunity attack.
Oh dear.
Unless Rashemi does Sentinel counteract that, though. Sentinel might.
Sentinel does. Although the last critical episode reminded me.
Oh, does it like have something against like flyby or something?
No, if even if you disengage from
It's not disengaging, is the thing.
Sentinel could still attack that somebody.
I'm going to
Yeah,
allow
I would-
it. They have
I
the.
would say that these things have an exception beyond disengaging.
Yeah.
Which is what is would be the
Yeah,
standard
because they have a
disengage.
feat or ability called flyby, which is the same that owls do. So they don't
Yes.
provoke opportunity attacks when they move out of your reach.
And they're not disengaging, so
Yeah.
they wouldn't prompt Sentinel.
Okay, so yes, so they would fly out of your range because they don't want to be stabbed. They don't like that.
I try though.
Thank you.
I switch my sword.
It would go to here. That'd be outside your range, I think. And then it would shoot at Nat. Doesn't like you.
Sure.
18 to hit, which probably misses you.
Does not hit.
Damn.
I said
Alright.
I just used my movement.
That is its turn. It is Nat's turn.
Can I get back to it? I can't. Dang it. He's 5 feet away. Oh, wait, hold on. Screw you. I'm going to go attack your friend now.
Yeah, that one was more concerned about getting out of the cloud than proper positioning. That's why it just moved there.
Yeah. So yeah, time to start swinging on that one. This is what you get. Your friend's gonna smack.
15 hits.
All right. I know 12 isn't enough to kill it, so swing it again.
10 misses.
Gosh, I'm just bloodying them all. Actually, no.
It is. Well, this one is bloodied now.
Yeah, that'll be my turn. Just like somebody finish these off. Somebody that has range.
Evelyn, What do you want to do?
I asked if anybody wants a bow and arrow.
I mean, I have ranged offers. You just don't want to use
Okay.
it.
I was just wondering. Because, like, I don't want to put my sword down or my shield down.
I can hook some javelins.
Okay. Eveline. What's the question? Nat and Rashemi are this one over here, and it's been injured.
Yes, the one by Nat and Rishim has been injured. This
The
one has.
two on the tops have both been injured.
Yes.
Okay, this one has not been touched.
No. This one has also been injured as well, due to Moonbeam.
Which one has not been injured?
This is 3 is the only one.
Okay, so I didn't see the one in the corner on my initiative tracker. Cool.
Are you going to toll some dead?
You know, I was thinking about that actually. I think I am gonna toll some dead. Because no one's really hurt, right?
Indy and Cax are, but it's only 8 damage out of.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
All right, give me that. What's the DC? Is it 16 or 15? Ooh, see, oh my God! Actually, it'd be 2d12 if it hits.
2d12. I'm targeting the one over here.
Okay,
Wahoo!
let's see what they roll. It is a wisdom save, right?
Yeah.
A wisdom save of 16.
They did not succeed.
They take 7, because apparently that's what I clicked.
You can choose which one you want to use.
I would like to use the. I would rather take the 2d8 for the 16.
That's a house ruling on mine. So
I mean, if you would let me do that, I'll take that 16 damage.
yeah, because
Technically, it'd be radiant
if
damage.
they're wounded, you can choose which ones you want to use. Because I play a different game where the person who's only damaging cantrip is told a dead, and he always rolls really well on the 2d8, but very poorly on the 2d12. So
It's also my only damaging cantrip, unless you count crate.
so due to that, house rule, I allow you to choose if they're wounded for told a dead. Yeah, this one does not look good. The one Nat and Rashemi are closest to.
I didn't do that one though. I did the one over here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were doing that one. This one has a beam of light just, on it. It's inside a cloud of stinky, noxious gas, and then bells begin toying around it and dealing necrotic damage to it. It is not having a good day.
No.
This one's also not feeling good.
It's radiant
That's
damage.
a bad day.
It is its turn. Oh, sorry, bonus action and movement.
Oh, I lied. It is necrotic damage. I like to think it's radiant damage, but it's actually necrotic damage. I forget. I'm not moving.
All right.
I'm not casting a spell for my bonus action.
It is its turn. It needs to make a Constitution saving throw. It gets a 18, which I'm assuming is good enough to break or not be affected by Stinging Cloud. Is that correct, Indy?
Oh, that's way over Indy's thing. Mine's 16.
Alright, it'll fly over here, and it
Does it
will.
still take the moonbeam damage?
Yes, that is
Should
true.
have started its turn.
That's true.
Oh, good job.
It needs a con save again.
One of my druids has moonbeam. They use for
He fails, so he takes full 2d10. You're 10
Indy's
damage.
spell save is 16.
Yeah,
Alright.
both of our spell.
This Aridni looks very hurt, but it is going to try to shoot.
Hey, Indy, can you update your hit points on D&D Beyond?
It is going to shoot.
Oh, I don't use D&D Beyond that much. I mean,
It is going to shoot Eveline here.
me?
You just blasted it with 16 necrotic damage.
Yes, it was also with a cloud and the light.
Yeah.
So 41 minus 8, 33.
Okay,
I
so
use your D&D Beyond character sheets to keep track
it
of
it might have critically hit, but it was only for 11 damage. Aveline.
Okay, you hit
Yes.
for how much?
11 piercing damage.
Hold on, it has to make a save.
And then, yeah, you have advantage on the Constitution saving throw because of Warcaster. You can roll twice. Alright, yes, you make it. And I would like you to make a Wisdom saving throw. You have advantage on this one too because of you. Alright, yes, you're good. You briefly feel like you briefly feel out of place, like you're confused, but you shake it off. That's its turn. Indy.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm going to... Let's see. Which one's looking the worst?
4.
I
There are
can't
still
see...
ones- There are still ones that we haven't hit at all.
I want to take out the ones that we have hit, though.
Gonna move your moonbeam. You can hit 2.
That's
Yeah,
Lydia's
I'll do
moving.
that.
Can you move the sticking cloth?
Oh, that's right. That's what I was thinking.
I don't think I can.
Stinking Cloud does move, but I believe it's only like 5 feet in a direction.
Yeah. Okay. I'm probably just gonna cast. Oh. I can cast Thunder Wave, and I can get. How do I do the pinging thing?
You just click and hold.
I'll probably try and get these two.
Yeah. So you can move in difficult terrain. Once you get in there, you can move 3 squares essentially.
Okay. So I'll get in there. And then I'll cast Thunder Wave at 3rd level. Just to.
All right. Let me
Seriously.
show you what Thunderwave looks like.
Yeah.
15 feet. It's like this. You have to be one face of it. So you can do it
Yeah.
like
So I can.
like that.
Oh, if I'm on. Yeah. Yeah. That's the plan.
All right. So it's a con save, right?
Yeah.
And that would be. Ooh. All right. Yes. Due to your rogue ability, you can always dash as a bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah, rogues can it's 2nd level rogue ability.
I don't have that.
Yeah. It's what's it called? Something action. Forgot.
But,
It's your what's it called?
Cutting action.
Cunning action. That's it.
Thank
They
you.
can hide, dash, all sorts of stuff.
Disengage.
just asked. Take dash as bonus action. I want to move 60 feet for
That's
each
why we're
turn.
talking about
Yes.
it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
All right. I will have
I
them roll.
can't. I'm blind.
Con. First one succeeded 20. Second one got a 4. So 3 succeeded, 4 did not. 3 takes half of 20, which is 10. Ooh. It had more health than that. I forgot how much health it had. Oh, yeah, now. Okay. Oh, -1. So, you blast these both back. Irene 3 weathers the storm, your thunder damage. Irene's 4's tiny lifeless body is blown back and hits a tree, and hits with a thud and sort of squeaks down like against the glass, glass pane. And there's like some black blood left behind as it sort of squeaks down and falls down to the ground. All right, that one's dead. Bonus action, or you have one space more further movement, Indy.
Okay.
You could inspire someone. You could.
Oh, sorry, I zoned out for like 2 seconds. Who's up next? I'm gonna inspire Ron or Rashami.
All right, Rashemi, you can add a D8 to your attack rolls,
Thank you.
saving throws.
Whatever you want. It is yours for the taking.
Hey, Inti, what do you say?
Inspire me.
Yeah, what if you use this to inspire?
Okay, I was not okay.
Do better.
Do you care me?
What?
Do you care me?
I carry you.
I'm inspired by that.
I carry you.
Seeing its comrade fall, Aridni too flutters madly in frustration and anger. And they will move here. Nope. A little further. Nope. A little further. Yep. Nope. There we go. And it will shoot. It will shoot at... Indy is the one that killed his friend. Oh, yeah, it'll go down one more. It will definitely shoot at Indy. So here we go. Huzzah! 15 to hit. That's going to miss, I have a feeling.
Yep.
Alright. That is its
That's a
turn.
miss.
Rashemi.
Okay. I will.
2 is still within range of you.
Move here. I will rage as my bonus action,
Alright.
even though I haven't been hit. And I will swing at 2 with my sword.
Hit. Ooh. That's a hefty. It's a hefty blow.
That's very pretty, Rashami.
Now, you have a second attack.
And I will swing on the upswing.
That is not going to hit, though.
Can I,
You can. You can use your
I
D8.
think it was just a 15, yeah, I'll use a superiority die.
Oh, I was there using your Bardic, but you can use either one.
Oh yeah, I'll use the Bardic Inspiration. From my friend!
Yep. You hit. Oh, man. This thing cannot take another hit like that, but it's still flapping.
Ugh. Friendship will take you down.
It is very hurt. It's coughing up black blood.
Oh, I feel bad now.
Yeah.
Hate you.
Oh wait, you guys make people enslaved. I'm gonna kill you.
You didn't understand
Oh my
it
gosh,
when
I've
it
been
said.
completely forgetting about Oakman this entire time.
Oh, yes. Ukman would be...
Oh my
Ukman
God.
would have 60 feet, right? If you're riding him?
Oakman has 50 feet.
50 feet. So he's 25 in here in difficult terrain.
The
Uh-huh.
only reason I remember
Dang.
that was I saw you measuring.
I forgot about him too. You can I believe you can control him.
You're the worst.
Yep.
So you can just move him on and he's here. Yay. Well, he has more health than
Very
that.
well. Let's see if I can. Maybe.
He would be on you though.
No, I still can't move.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Try.
I'm clicking.
Well, he might be on you. Let's see. Are you on the click that says select/move? The click.
Yep.
Okay.
Select /.
Let me see what's what here. Who has permissions? Oh, it's only in your journal, not in your controls. That's why, lol. Okay, now try it.
Yep.
All
Sweet.
right.
Thank you.
Oakman, save us.
So yeah, they would be moving with you
Dang it, I can't
on
put
your
myself
turn.
on top. Oh well.
Yeah, I don't know how it denotes priority, but Rashemi, that's your turn. Aridni 3
It's so helpful.
is here. It is also going to target Indy and try to shoot you in the face.
Uh-oh.
Pachow! That's a 17 to hit.
That barely hits.
All right.
Wait, no, I have a 17 armor class.
Yeah.
That still hits.
9 piercing,
Okay.
and I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw, good sir.
It's 24.
With advantage.
Ooh, thank you for that. I need it because I'm not very wise.
Not
Ooh.
enough. So, Indy, when this arrow strikes you, you there's your eyelids grow very, very heavy, and you curl up. You just lie down and curl. This arrow is sticking out
No.
of your
That's good.
shoulder. You just lie down and curl up into like a ball and fall asleep for 5 minutes.
That's a 5 minutes. That's a fat mood right now.
You are a very sleepy boy.
I am.
Is there a sleep? I feel like there should be Z's or something. There's not really a sleep icon I can put on you. Oh, there's one.
Just cross me out for the rest of the battle.
Now, someone can probably try to use their action to shake him awake if they want to. It would take your whole action to shake him awake.
I'm good. Just like
The Aridni is clapping in delight that you have fallen asleep.
You know, he did look tired.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead and roll.
Wait, go for the one a little bit farther away if you can, because I can get to that one right next to Russian. I don't know what your range is.
I think it's
Actually,
30
there you go.
feet. Oh yeah, she's a sharpshooter, so yeah, she can definitely toss them. Yeah, who are you aiming at? Got 1, 2, and 3. 2 looks very injured. Okay, 1. Just roll the attack. Yeah, 2. Oh, they're both misses though. Lydia will move that moonbeam onto older Aridna 3. This is his first time entering it, so it will have to make a con save. It fails, so it takes that 2d10. Oh, big damage. This thing is now also beginning to cough up blood in that cute voice. That blood is immediately incinerated by holy light. As are its wounds are cauterized by this radiant light that seems to illuminate the area around it. That is her turn. And Aridni 1 will shoot at Rashemi. It's, okay.
Shoot on a shame.
Bachow! 20 to hit.
That does hit me.
6 piercing, which you probably have to 3. So it's a pinprick. But here come the wisdom saving throws.
Say, owie.
Let's give me a wisdom saving throw. You do have advantage on the save.
hilarious.
It is hilarious.
You start laughing. Some of you might recognize that he is now under the effects of hideous laughter spell, and you become incapacitated, and you are prone. You are laughing uncontrollably for 2d4 rounds.
It's kind of terrifying because it's coming out of like my weird wolf head thing.
For 3 rounds, you are going to laugh uncontrollably and be prone.
It's like really deep belly laugh. Okay.
This Irini also claps its hands excitedly as you fall down and begin laughing. Alright, it is now Nat's turn.
Alright, so let's see. Just making sure. Yep, Uckman can reach over here. Me in tow. It's gonna use
Ookman can
ram.
charge.
Yep, so it's gonna ram.
Don't ask me how this large creature knocks down this flying creature. That's small, so small it would.
Bumps into it.
Ask me how
Let's
that
see if
works.
It's over the ramp.
Do you see it to hit?
It should have it. It should have it to hit here. I don't know why it doesn't.
Weird. Let's try again. No, it's just giving the.
I know it does it in. It had set up in roll 20 to do that. So if you want to ram it, you can in roll 20.
Yeah, I'm clicking on the roll for it, and it's not. It's just giving me the details.
Well, I got that. I'm not going to make you use a 6, but that's what I'm getting when I click on ram.
Yeah, when I click on. Oh, that's why I'm clicking on charge. There's. There we go.
That hits.
Oh, there's your problem.
And
Now you use some extra damage too. You do an extra 7 damage, so that's 13.
Is it just 7? You don't want it?
I mean, that kills it.
Oh, okay.
So you can roll if you want. Yes.
No, I'm good.
Somehow this large creature hits this very tiny one,
Smack.
because they're tiny creatures. Somehow, perfectly sweet spot right on the antler. Just impales its tiny corpse, its tiny body on one of Ukman's horns, and it's just there. It's just there dangling, lifelessly ragdolling on its horns. Ukman is very proud.
I think it's hilarious.
So what is what is the movement cost to dismount?
Half your movement speed.
Okay, so that means I would only end up having
Like 1-ish?
if you
2?
round it down. Yeah, if you round it, it depends on if you round up or down.
I would say
Because
you
I'm
generally
like
round down
Hmm.
on most
Okay,
things in D&D.
But that's not actually going to change anything. Wait, let me think. No,
I will remove these people from the field. Rex is here. He says hi, but he's gonna go over here.
all right, I'm gonna start hucking javelins, I guess.
All right.
At just the one right in front.
Give me attack roll. A miss.
12.
Reload.
Remind me to pick these up.
Hit.
There we go. For 7. They're for 6.
This hits it, and but it's like a grazing thing. It wouldn't make sense to actually stick in this tiny creature, but it grazes it. So everyone sticks into a tree behind it, dong, and vibrates. Do you have a bonus action you'd like to do? Shield of Faith?
I definitely want to use my Emissary of Tea. No, I don't have that ready today.
Alright.
Yep, so that'll be my turn.
Evelyn. 3 is looking very hurt. 1 is looking pretty healthy, but still hurt.
Which one is 3?
Oh, sorry. Can you not see? Oh, can I see their names? It's the one on the bottom.
I see just names. I see no names. On the thing.
Did I not? Oh, that's why. Man. I have all these names. I did all this. There's 2 checkboxes you have to click to show creatures' names in Roll20. So I clicked one of them, but not the other one. Can you see their names now?
Yes.
Okay.
Indy's lying on the ground asleep. Shemmy is laughing. That's
Shimmy is also on the ground because he's asleep,
I'm
but
gonna
he's
take a
laughing.
nap.
T.
Ha 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 ho 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 hee hee hee.
Hey, didn't Lydia get her turn?
Oh,
I'm sorry, what was that?
Lydia didn't go last round.
She moved her moonbeam to 3. And that's why it's almost dead.
Okay. I also see no moonbeam there. That's why.
Oh, I'm keeping it in my mind.
That's super helpful.
I can put it on the field if you want.
Putting it on the field is helpful. That way I can kind of see everything that's going on.
5 foot. Holding Alt and Shift is very hard, you guys.
I believe in you.
Sure. It's right in there. But yes, it is. It's coughing up blood. As soon as it does, the blood's being vaporized by the pale moonlight.
I go here and I shake up Indy. Shake Indy awake.
Alright.
you
You gotta slap him a bit.
I roll to attack Indy.
No, you don't have to. But you just slap him a bit and he wakes up. Very groggily. You are still prone though. Alright, you do your strength modifier as damage, I think.
And I'm not actually hitting him.
No, that's fine. Do it, coward.
It's non-lethal damage.
It is. It's like he's like, really, you can't fall asleep now. She just slapped you. Get up.
It'll wake him up.
Yeah, she used your full name.
I'm awake. I'm awake. I get up.
Now you're awake, but you are still prone. On your turn, you can stand up.
Okay.
And then for her bonus action, it takes an action to wake him up.
Yes, so you can spell as a bonus action. If you have any abilities that are bonus actions, you still have some movement too, I believe, as well.
Yeah, she's got a healing word Indy at first level.
Thank you.
Dang.
Ooh.
12 healing.
12, so that's 33.
That's max damage. That's max heal for you.
Nice.
I think we max heal anyway, right?
You do.
Oh yeah, because of your
Up to 33 hit points.
That's
Alright.
good. I heal 3. Or I think
It's whatever that level is plus 2?
I think so. I'm double checking. HP addition equal to 2 plus 12 level.
Yeah, so you would heal, 3. 4 is dead, so it doesn't get to go.
Wait, aren't we healing for max because of that?
Yes.
thing?
Yeah, but
She
I
rolled
don't
max anyway.
heal for max. I rolled max damage anyway.
Just to style.
Just to stop. Also, I forgot my spell. But I heal with a circle of life because of my special ability.
Indy, you're awake. You come to. You are on forest ground. You're on a soft bed of leaves. It is very bright next to you for some reason.
I would have flavored that, like she heals him when she slaps him.
Oh, that's good.
By Lathander's grace be healed. Slap.
And also damaged.
But yes, you see this pale moonlight illuminating the area directly next to you.
When you hit your younger sibling and then try to get them to not cry.
Yeah, Lathander's grace is a double-edged.
Wait, no, don't yeah, I'm going to cast. I could have cast Bane. That would have been so helpful.
Yep. Well, I mean, there's only 2 enemies left, so you can cast Bane, but you can be like not
I would
fully.
argue that you could just attack the thing in front.
Yes.
Oh, that's.
It is very
actually my
weak.
plan.
It is writhing in pain in this pale
Yeah,
moonlight.
I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost.
All right. Do you get a 15 or higher? Yes. Damage. It's probably going to turn into a popsicle. Yes, it turns into. It's so small that when you hit it, the bolt, the ray, is as big as it. So it just freezes completely solid and just falls to the ground and shatters into a million pieces.
So
Yeah.
bonus action high five.
Yeah.
Yes. He's still on the ground, so he has to lift his hand up to you.
I'll just stick like my tail up and give a high five at the flat of my tail.
I like it.
Predator handshake. Get you up.
I mean, technically, prone, Indy is in the best position he can because they have disadvantage on attacks against him at ranged. So
Yeah.
he wants to stay here.
Yeah, I'm just.
He's gonna lie down.
I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna take a nap right here.
And that is. Do you have a bonus action you like to do, Indy? You can kick out another bardic inspiration. You still have some movement.
Oh, I did spend my bonus action doing a high five. So.
Oh, that's true. All right.
A high five to one.
Aridney is
I
dead.
would argue that's the interaction, and you still have a bonus action.
No, it's I'm just. For my bonus action, can I fall back asleep?
Yeah, you're taking a quick nap. You're gonna sleep
Yeah.
off this 8 points of damage. You'll come back feeling refreshed.
I love that I just yelled really not on voice, and you just said yeah.
For Shemi, you are still laughing like a madman. Oh, it's so terrible and funny to be in the Feywild.
It's like the Titus laugh.
Oh no. It's so horrible. Caxir, you don't know what's up with Rishemi, but you think the Aridney here is the cause of it, so you might want to dispatch him.
I do lose my rage as well.
Alright, 2 more Yeeted Blades.
How can I rage when it's this funny?
Alright, 6. Unfortunately, no one's around to give you sneak, but 6 does a lot of damage to it. Oh, sharpshooter is -5? Okay, so 4 plus 10. Yeah, please do say what it is from now on if you can. I know it's hard because you're typing. Alright. Do you want to dash? Do you want to move? Bonus action? Movement? Alright. One goes wild and sticks into a tree but disappears. As soon as it sticks in there, the other one finds its mark in the Aridney's tiny body. Alright. So is this thing 60 feet away? Is the thing. Of course, she's going to move it around you, in order to not burn you all, because she's not like that. But if it's within 60 feet of this boy, she might. Ooh, yes, it is. She will probably just be able to hit the tip of him, like right there. All right. Constitution saving throw from this boy. He succeeds. So he takes half. Nine. Man, she's killing it on these rolls. Now, yes, this Aridney is beginning to once again cough up, like the others, cough up blood. But as its turn to go. It's going to shoot at Lydia, because Lydia is currently the one directing this beam to fry it. Do. Chow! 16 probably hits her. Yes, that's her armor class. She is hit for... No, that's attack roll. She is hit for 8. And then a Constitution saving throw. She doesn't have Warcaster. She passed with aplomb, and then the Wisdom saving throw for the effect. Also passes.
Cool.
Alright. Now it is Nat's turn.
Alright. Uckman runs forward again. Doesn't get rammed this. He doesn't get
But he can
charged
hoof it.
this time. Yes, indeed. Hooves.
Hit.
Alright.
Man,
5
this thing
damage.
is almost dead. Clinging on.
Oh my gosh.
If you hit it once, it will die.
Swing in.
Yes. How would you like to do it?
Just gonna swat it like a buzz. Whack.
Like a fly.
Backhanded. Yeah.
It's dodging out of the way of the hooves. Got hit. Spun. Out of control. Land next to a tree. As soon as it shakes its head clear of the hoof attack, looks up, sees Pancake, the head of Pancake, come right at it. Splat against the tree. The whole tree shakes. Some leaves fall down. As well as its body onto the ground. Dead. All bones broken. Lifeless body. Rashemi
That doesn't
finds
make
all of this hilarious.
Yeah, maybe next time don't, try to like enslave people like 10 times bigger than you. But whatever. Alright, who needs healing? Just walks back to the group.
Yeah, who does need healing? I think everyone got hit a little bit in that fight. Nat didn't.
Get hit.
Nat didn't, but everyone did. Yeah, Lydia does have some lay on hands as well, so you can.
Indy is the most hurt member of the party.
Yes. So if you guys want to
I'm
use
doing fine.
spells or use lay on hands,
Right now.
We all hug Indy and give him a bunch of hit points.
I'm still sleeping.
Oh yeah.
I
On the
smack
ground.
you again.
I can't really see everybody's hit points.
you should be able to.
I just meant I was so zoomed out.
Oh,
So then, I mean, getting you as all back up is probably going to get rid of all my lay on hands.
well, keep in mind Lydia is also a paladin as well.
How much do you have?
She's only level 5 though, so she has 25.
Okay.
I
Okay.
mean, I'm so concentrating on the spell, I could just.
You'd have to use a lot of
No.
spells, though.
Yeah, she will heal herself.
We're hitting Indy at this point. It's very fun.
She will heal herself
Oh
for
my
5.
God.
She will heal herself for 5. She will heal Evelyn for 5, and she will heal Indy for 5.
Fucking
Text
snaps his
about
neck.
20.
No, she curb stomps him like right in the. A 24 will be right in the in prime real estate, right in the most vulnerable area of a man.
You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Aren't you an assassin?
Thank you.
But yeah,
Sneak attack.
Lydia.
You want to kick the side of my head, but you just like cave it in.
There's nothing more in character, really.
Honestly, yeah. Unintentional crit.
People are hurt for 5 points.
Yeah, so it's Lydia, Evelyn, and Indy. She doesn't want to keep someone in reserve in case someone needs poison clearing, disease clearing. She'll tell you that as well.
Thank you, Lydia. I'm healed.
And we are getting close to time. We start a bit late,
Yeah, I
but
think we should call it.
yeah. But when you guys are, we'll end very soon. You guys are proceeding along the pathway the forest returns to its sort of bright and cheery like atmosphere. It's no longer dark and sinister like it was when you were around the Aridni, which that name does come to you now, Shemi, after you've murdered 4 of them. And you begin to see structures in the distance, like buildings, like someone, some sentient creature crafted these. So there's obviously creatures here who are like you, with the means to craft buildings. They're tall, glittering towers. The architecture is anyone a dwarf? Anyone? No, no one's dwarf. No one has. Is anyone good smith's tools? Anything like that?
I speak Dwarvish.
Anyone speak Elvish?
I also speak Elvish.
Okay, these are. They look to be vaguely Elvish, like architecture, but it's different. It's like old style Elvish, like how Victorian era stuff would look to us. It's like that for elves, but it's of course over a longer period of time, like thousands of years for elves. And you come to this sort of clearing where it's this stone that's very smooth, and it's laid out, so it's like it has a pattern. It's someone laid this stone here. It's not just a slab. And you see a creature waiting for you. It looks to be an elf, but not an elf. Their skin is a golden hue, and they seem to be sort of like emitting sunlight. It's very strange.
Do I know what this creature is?
You do. This is a... You would recognize this creature. It looks to be an Eladrin to you, Rashemi, which your charge informed you of. They are the native denizens of the Feywild. They are ancient ancestors of elves.
Adeline calls a vote.
And this is it's hard to tell what sex this creature is because it's very androgynous. But it does say to you in a very pleasing, calm tone. It says, welcome to the court of summer. Lady Titiana is expecting you. Please follow me.
Adeline calls a vote and says, all in favor of going home?
And we'll end it there. Now you guys can vote here to go home.
Voting.
Let's go home.
If you guys do decide yes, this one with some sort of panic in his voice, very calm before, say, wait, please, my lady has some business with this creature, and it is motioning towards Nat, or they are motioning towards Nat.
Can I look at them and go, does it have anything to do with the statue? Speaking Sylvan, or why when this person casts magic, weird things happen.
I do not know the motives of my lady. She merely told me to wait for a fox-like creature that walks on 2 legs and to direct them and their party to her.
Can I insight check him?
Yes. He is telling the truth.
Okay. Then I will allow it.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of got to get this figured out. Like, I definitely can't go back.
And I am all for helping that.
But that
All right.
is where we'll end it.
Cool.
So yeah, hopefully next week, if we do play, everyone will be here because things will be revealed. We'll see what happens.
I will not. For the
No.
next 2 Saturdays.
No. This is very unfortunate because this is your personal.
Well, actually, it depends. Next Saturday, if I won't be here, but if my brother loses his football playoff game, then I'll be here next Saturday. But if he
Your
wins,
brother?
then I have to go to the next game.
Okay, so we might need to rearrange the time. We'll see how it works because this is literally Nat's like personal quest / backstory.
Yeah,
So
I'm sorry. It's
if
like I haven't gone to any of his games because they've all been when I'm working. For various reasons, I can't ask for time work off. So I want to go see him play.
I want to know more about this, but I want Nate to end the stream so I actually ask.
yes, 1 second. Caxtier, I made stats for my E and D&D Beyond, but I'll show them to you 1 second on the stream.